This is Damian Pacheco from The Reaching Branch, and today we're going to be talking about trees, specifically the branches. Why? Because this is The Reaching Branch, and I haven't even discussed with you why it's so important that we focus on the branch in addition to the soil that the tree is planted on, which I've discussed at length. You see, if you're in a good environment, if you're hanging out with good people, if you're in a great place, if you're in good soil, so to speak, you're going to bear good fruit. But no matter what type of tree you are, you could be a dead tree, you could be a bad tree, you could be a fabulous tree, you could be a fruit-bearing tree, whole 9 yards, it doesn't matter what type of tree it is, you have branches. And it's important to discuss why it's so important that you're aware of the fruit that you're bearing and the impact that you have on other people. I was asked a question once that was meant to kind of get me to think a little bit about the possibility of my influence. Somebody said to me, Damian, how many seeds in an apple? I thought about it, said, I don't know, maybe 8. And then he said to me something else. He said, how many apples in a seed? You got me there. It's infinite. We don't know. Left to its own devices, most fruit-bearing trees can basically indefinitely create orchards all over the place. It's incredible what happens when we just let our influence go. And if we are intentional about our influence, if we make sure that we are aware of what we're doing, then that's going to make a huge difference. So, in addition to the environment that we have to put ourselves into, we have to consider that every single action that we take, every single word that we say, every single thing that we do branches out and impacts other people. When I'm at work, if I come in mopey and I'm like this and I'm unhappy and all that, you know what? That's going to impact other people. And their days are going to be impacted by whether or not I'm upbeat. Not because of the fact that I might be the most important person in the world to them. That's not even the case. It's just that half the world is waiting for the other half to say hello. Some people are just in need of a smile. Go out there. Be happy. Be excited for other people. Be genuine. And just care. When you develop yourself from the inside out and you start developing good fruit, then here's the other thing too. If you ever go to a place where there's a lot of dead trees, it just feels wrong, doesn't it? You ever go to one of those places and you go in and you're almost scared, right? And then you ever go like apple picking or something, or go to a place where there's like orange picking, or I'm sure down in Florida they have that, but you go to like any place that's vibrant, where there's a lot of good fruit, where it's like the peak of the season, because there are places that are dead even in the middle of spring, you know what I'm saying? There are places that are like that. Then there are other places where it's just vibrant and it almost feels perpetually alive. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Those are places that you want to go into because you're like, wow, this is awesome. This is really cool. And guess what? You're like that. You are your own individual orchard. You are your own individual garden. And people will either be attracted to you or repelled by you based on how you make them feel. If you can make somebody feel good about themselves, if you can give them a good vibe, then you're branching out in a positive way. That's how this all relates to the reaching branch. You are the tree, but you have branches. Depending on where you're planted, depending on what you're influenced by on a daily basis, what you choose to implant into your mind is going to determine the impact that you have around. It's going to determine the orchard around you. It's going to determine whether or not your life has a positive impact. And I want to see you bear good fruit. I want to see you go out there and do great things for other people. So once again, my name is Damian Pacheco from The Reaching Branch. May you reach from your roots towards the life of your choosing, bearing good fruit all along the way. Make it happen. Have a great day.